to talk to you about co-parenting. I guess it's a thing, a real thing. In my community, I thought, you're not really co-parenting, what's that? But there are people in my community that are doing a very good job co-parenting, and I want you to try it. But listen, when your baby is acting up at school, having a hard time, suggest to the teacher, because I like teachers, suggest to the teacher that she call the other parent and give her that phone number and just leave it at that. Walk away. I know the baby is really interested in sports, so I know it might be effective to call the coach, but don't throw the coach under the bus before you throw the other parent under the bus. Okay, so throw the other parent first. And I tell you this because I had a student who was clearly going through some things, and I learned about those things later. But at the moment, okay, she was just, and we butted heads every day. And I was nice to all of my students, so I didn't understand why this girl was so nasty and mean to me. I learned why later, but here's the problem. She came to class one day, and I called her parents every day. I almost, I don't remember. But they never called me back, so I had no parental backup. And then one day, she called me into the hall, and I went out there, and there was a man. And I was like, excuse me, who are you? And when he told me he was Coach Ralphie or whatever, I was so indignant. I'm sure I was not nice, and my face shows everything. So I'm sure they knew I was not feeling that. How dare he come to my room and interrupt me and stop me from teaching my students? And he was not even Daddy. He was Coach Joe. I was pissed. Okay. Needless to say, they understood that I didn't want to talk to him, and they left. And I don't know, I think I pulled her in the hall a couple of days later, and I put all niceties aside, and I told her what I really thought. You can't treat people like this, because they are gonna stop being nice like this. And as it turned out, she graduated, whatever, and she didn't really graduate. She invited me to her track meet, her sporting event, and I was like, what? This was a year later. It's like, why are you even back in my room? And she invited me, and of course I was gonna go. And when I went, and she ran track, she was a freaking amazing. She dusted those other girls like it was her job. She could have been full Joe. And at the end, she went back and very politely shook their hands and told them thanks. And I was like, what? And when she came up to tell me, thank you for coming to the track meet, I said, baby, how did you learn, A, to run so fast, but B, to turn around and thank the other people? And she said to me, she learned all of that from her coach. The etiquette and everything from her coach. So, you see, going to see her in a different environment gave me a different picture. And she's amazing. Okay, so I am really gonna go now. I love you. Goodbye.